This is part 2 of the video, and and it's a separate video. So I'm Alden, and we're gonna now do the rest of the signs. So if you were looking at the first video for like your sun, moon, or rising, or you want to check that out, that's part 1. This is part 2 for your reading for July. And I'm doing a variety of cards, and it's Nature's Whispers and the chakra reading cards by Rochelle Charman, and the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. So I'm going to put them out actually one more time, like the covers. I forgot I was going to do that. So, ta-da! Just in case you want to know what they look like, I think it's nice to give credit where credit is due. I love AI stuff too. Honestly, I really like making cards and stuff with that, but I think, it's hard to deny that there's something special about these published kinds of cards too that were not made that way, or at least not completely like they had really, I'm sure you could argue elements that were more automated for the time that they were made, but yeah. All right, so now we're moving on to Libra. Libra, this reading is for you. So it's for the month of July, and we're doing this first and foremost based on your sun sign. But if you want to check out like your rising and your moon sign too for extra depth, then feel free to. I might have just said that. Okay, so let's take a moment here. Let's see what is going to be best for Libra first. I think let's do a Psychic Tarot card for you to how to manifest your best July ever for 2026. Sadness and isolation. Yeah, I guess this is saying number 3. Yeah, there's something like in your way here. There's like, you could call it a third party, but it's not necessarily that there's like someone else between you and your twin flame. That could be it. And even if you're in harmony with your twin flame, it's just still speaking to something, some kind of place where the sadness and isolation is almost being personified as something, or maybe it literally is, but just look at what it is that you're attributing to any feelings like that, Libra. And, like, it's really nice that you generally like to keep the peace, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just don't let that be a reason not to look at what's going on in your reality and, like, put proper systems and boundaries in place with that kind of energy, or uproot it, if it's just something completely unwanted, or redirected, or all of the above. So depending on, what that brings up for you personally. I am presence. This is your chakra card. So this is really deeply both grounding and really like, but also like really like high. Like it's like, to be present, you really want to go within, of course, but it's okay to like seek that place as well where you're really in complete like communication with the divine. And both can be true, and that can help you get over the sadness and isolation that you might be feeling. And there's a time and a place for these feelings to arise, because if they didn't, how would you know to really get to that next level? So you have to hit those bottoms sometimes to really reach your next high pinnacle level, which is kind of what this card is speaking to anyway, to me. Like, it looks like it could be a high on a mountain. So that's how to manifest your best July for your twin flame journey, Libra. So now we're going to move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, I am excited for your cards. All right, let's start with a chakra card for you. And I really don't. Okay, I'm like, do I need to keep shuffling these? I'm just keep shuffling them. It's just the vibe right now, I guess. So truth. Well, yeah, and we got some fiery energy. And this really kind of reminds me of the sign of Scorpio a lot, because it's like this weird like combo of water and fire, being Mars ruled water sign. So I think it's really tapping into that. It's really tapping in to your powerful ability, kind of your villain era, if you will, but just by speaking your truth, it's not like you need to become a literal villain, of course. Like, that's not wanted. But I mean, it depends on what that means to you, and it's really, yeah, about your power and directive and action. And sometimes that's interaction too, like action on really navigating your emotions, more masterfully and things like that. So kind of a more sobering message for you, but I mean, that's all good, I would say. And then we'll do a Nature's Whispers card. So this card is open your heart, kind of. I mean, very throat chakra. Okay, like throat chakra clearing, and maybe twin flame extra romance, going on in your life, or just at least like romancing yourself. Well, not at least. I mean, whatever you've got going on, just make the most of it. Whatever it is, it's perfect for you. Enjoy the harmony that is in your life to cultivate more. Be grateful for it. Be receptive, and like truly surrender. Surrender if you know that you're just dealing with a swan here and you're not dealing with something crazy, right? So it's safe to surrender to the divine, and that's how you're going to manifest the best July, Scorpio. So now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. All right, what have we got going on for you for July? Let's start out with the Psychic Tarot for the heart. We have teach. All right, time to teach and preach. Whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, you probably got this one down as a Sagittarius. So it's really, I think it's a confirmation. Maybe if there's been something, you've been wanting to share on social media, maybe you are some kind of a teacher, leader, you have your own business. It's time to go deeper into that and setting up systems of sharing whatever that has been on your heart. This July is a great time to come out into the spotlight and do that. And if that's in a more passive way for you, then just feel into that, because not everyone's meant to, go literally teach in front of people like that style. So overcome, your fears of kind of going to that higher place in your consciousness, and sharing that is it's gonna create, I think, like nice karma for you, if you will, and that's gonna help you manifest your best July. But there's more. Let's pull a Nature's Whispers card, and yeah, I can't stop shuffling the cards. It's just so much fun. Infinite blessings. Wow, that's a nice message for you. So, incoming infinite blessings for July. There's something good coming for you. I'm not trying to get you overly excited here or anything, but like, I mean, I think that's pretty nice. Like, I love it, and it's a great gift. Something's coming for you that just all you really need to do is open your heart to receiving it, and actually like doing your purpose work is going to help you attract the most of that blessing too. So now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Oh, Capricorn, I feel kind of nervous because I'm a Capricorn sun, so I don't know why I feel like that about my own message, but let's see what we have. All right, I'm doing Psychic Tarot for the heart. Ooh, rebuild. Well, because we're getting the tower card, that's why. So yeah, this is the tower, like in traditional tarot. Oh, I was watching this some kind of parody, like someone pretending to be like pet psychic, like comedy. Um, I think it's like Michelle or something on TikTok, but it makes me laugh. I don't know, but like she was just making silly interpretations of cards, like kind of pretending like she didn't know what they actually meant, or like making them overly positive and talking about the tower, like you're in the tower and you're just like in your queen era, and like everyone that's trying to like get in your way just gets knocked off of it. And I don't know, just it's like it's kind of weirdly true though, because the tower is like, I mean, it's rebuilding, so it's kind of usually oftentimes, unless like something really hasn't gone on, like it's more like the energy of like this has kind of already been going on, and you're kind of like now like, okay, like let's continue, let's um build from, what's really true here. And that's like a process that just continues happening in life, and it's kind of fun, and it means that you're more powerful like this time around. So I mean, in a way it is your queen era. But yeah, and I mean, this message really makes it more of a positive. It's also number 16, which kind of reminds me of, like early teenage years, like kind of that period of time, like right before you're really an adult and you're still kind of like learning and coming to that realization about yourself. So I think July is a powerful month. There might be some unexpected, interesting things. And yeah, I mean, it could go either way, but I'm just not picking up on a really like, crazy thing that's going to happen. But I think that it might like, um, it might be that it kind of delivers exactly what you called in, like, and what you do want, but it's going to come with you needing to, yeah, I mean, step into your divinity even more and claim that, and like root into it. But let's see what the other card is. I just so invested in knowing what it's going to be. All right, this is determination. Yeah, so it goes really well with this card. So it's just, it might not be a month of, you know, real slowing down, because that's not what these cards suggest. But it's also important to kind of pace yourself here, because, determination requires that. So just keep that in mind. Keep your foundation well nurtured, and that's going to help you make the most of your July and help you feel and be more attractive as well. Like, just, you know, like not in a superficial way so much, but just like in a way that really helps build your true confidence, because you're really conveying the true essence of who you are. And then we have uh, Aquarius. Oh, Aquarius, let's see what your card is. We've got Psychic Tarot for the Heart. All right, so your card is Master. So this card is, I mean, it's inviting you to take your heart out of the cage, like don't be stingy with yourself. Don't let, distractions get in the way. Don't let people ruin your vibe, but also don't let your own self do that to you, because there's some beautiful things you could enjoy, I have a feeling, this July, if you really let yourself and you kind of let go of this need to any kind of need to control the situation. Like, is that really what you want? Like, is that really what you need to do? Or do you need to, really like focus on love? And then we have gratitude and appreciation. So how to make the most of really freeing yourself here. Probably gratitude and appreciation for what you already have is what's really going to support like a real beautiful month of July for you. And I think it's also warning you that, if you don't cultivate that, like, you might kind of experience like just this instead of really opening up that cage. So that's going to help you so much with your twin flame journey this July. I'm really excited for you and how that's going to go. So now we're going to move on to the final sign of Pisces. So Pisces, let's start with a chakra card for you. And your card is flexibility. That's nice. That's a nice Pisces energy because it really is saying like cultivating boundaries is not separate from flexibility, I think is what's going on for July for you. Like being like having the boundaries and having mastered some of that for you is like, you know, a feat unto itself, but then now you can have more flexibility there because of that mastery, and that's going to feel really good to help you ground and to manifest more because that means your foundation is strengthening. And then we have, and it's also the sacral chakra card, so it's like creative energy is flowing too. And to go along with that, keep your dreams alive. What a beautiful card to end on this whole reading. Keep your dreams alive. So I think that's really also a message for everyone. And if you're a Pisces, you probably love that it's like not just a message for you, but a message for everyone. And I think that's really nice. So like, you know, just really keep that positive spirit, not like, you know, toxic positivity or whatever, but really like keep your dreams alive, focus on those the most, and that's going to help you the most with your own twin flame journey and with creating the world that you want like around you to, you know, so that you can really enjoy it, like not just inwardly, but whatever you've manifested and are calling in the material too. All right, well, this was super fun. Enjoy your July, and I'll see you in the next one.